So, okay, this is for real, for real. So one of my favorite neighbors, I got this lady. She lives right by me. When I moved in, they brought me a gift card for pizza. The next day, she brought me cookies. Her name's Karen. She is near and dear to my heart. So anybody who's named Karen out there, like, I love you. Well, I don't know, but I love Karen. I love my neighbor Karen so much. I hope she sees this. But her excluded, what do you call a nosy neighbor?
Karen?
Karen. What do you call a neighborhood of Karens?
I don't know how.
An HOA.
Ah!
Boom, boom.
That's a really good joke. Thank you for telling us that story. Actually, today we are going to talk about HOAs because we mentioned that on the past video that you can check as well.
Yeah.
But they're not all bad.
Well, like the main consensus among almost everybody I know is they're bad. What can they do to you? What can they not let you do? Why not buy in an HOA? But like, so let's understand what it is. So a homeowners association. Okay. So what really happens is a bunch of people get together and they're like, we want to build houses. We want to build them close together. We want to maintain a level of yep. And that NIP is covered in the covenants, conditions, and restrictions, or the CC&Rs.
Yeah, which is funny because every single neighborhood has CC&Rs. It doesn't matter. Well, okay, every single neighborhood in urban areas have CC&R.
Ish, because there's laws. If you're in a municipality, the city has codes that you need to follow, right?
Yep.
And they may not be like
zoning
CC&Rs.
and planning.
Yeah, it can say your house must be pink, or which is I've never actually seen that one, but they can say your shingles, like you have to have shingles. They have to be within this color range.
Yes.
You have to have shutters. You can or cannot have pets.
You know, something that you're mentioning, it brought something that I learned a while ago, which is kind of funny. I don't know, it depends. The neighborhood, Indian Hills, used to have, right here in Provo, used to have part of their CC&Rs that you can only hire black landscapers. Yeah. And
what shade?
And
What?
yeah, seriously.
Like if I don't know how it looks right now, but in a good chunk of the time, I look darker than Adeline, who is Mexican.
Yes.
And I'm not.
Yes. So to me, it was like so funny. And then, well, because of that, I had to ask the title company and see, hey, if it's true, right? So I check it out, and there are some amendment CC&Rs. Well, I don't know, because they're amended, they are not there. So,
oh man, I had an acquaintance who's a successful business dude who's Mexican, and his goal when he knew he would be wealthy enough when he could hire a white American landscaper.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's just like funny. You just try to take it light because at this point it's just like that is like not happening right now.
But here's the crazy thing, and this is why they get a bad rap. So the CC&Rs are legally binding, even if they're not being enforced. And so every once in a while I'm working on a transaction and they're like, oh, well, there's CC&Rs, but we don't follow them anymore. It doesn't matter if they're still recorded, they're still binding. So someone come in and say like, hey, you got to paint your house pink again. Otherwise, we're going to fine you. And so
they could.
Yeah. And it's so when the neighborhood or whatever is formed, the owners all agree. And when you buy a home in an HOA, you are agreeing to keep those. You don't sign anything. By buying that home, you say, I will abide by these covenants, conditions, and restrictions.
Yes. And, I mean, having an HOA, I don't think it's bad when you are part of the HOA, when you know what's happening, because there are some things that you have in common. Like one of the things that are included in an HOA is like the yard maintenance, for example. You have that you don't have to be busy mowing your front yard. You just have to deal with your back or your backyard, or sometimes not even that. It depending where you are. Or there is a community in Springville, for example, that have a pool that has that it's all year round pool. And I mean, they do have an HOA. They do have some rules and some restrictions that they need to go and abide by. but they also have a pool all year long.
Yeah.
And it's in their neighborhood. They don't have to go to the recreational center of their city, or they don't have to do anything. It's just there. They're already paying for it.
Yeah.
And
so you have a membership.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are some things that are good, especially, I mean, not that I'm getting old, but it is important for me to not have to shovel snow. And if somebody else can do it for me, that's great. I would definitely pay for that.
Yeah.
Right?
So, like, yeah, when you're looking at your neighborhoods you want to live in, look at whether it has an HOA or not. What are the rules and regulations? Like, what's the code of the city? Can you have a vehicle that's parked permanently? So one of the HOAs, I'm a member of a few HOAs because it's really fun. I like them. I really appreciate them because I know that my neighborhood will be at a certain level of care. So the HOA that I live in with my primary residence, it's against HOA rules to work on a car on the street, which my friend had a dream that he changes his oil on the street still. But the thing is like they're in my neighborhood. There will be no cars on blocks or nobody working on it for an extended period of time blocking the street because it's against the rules, right? I have a giant common area right behind my back door that I don't have to maintain at all.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it. Yes, there is an HOA fee, but really it's really low for the amount of yard I have. That's not mine, that I don't have to maintain. It's worth it.
It's nice. There are some pros and cons. It all depends on you. But something that I think it's important to talk about is because of that fee, the power that you have to buy a home, it can be reduced.
Yes, this is interesting. On my pre-approval letter, my general blanket statement, and it fluctuates depending on what interest rates are, but for every $100 of HOA, so I say, oh, you're approved for $500,000, and you're like, oh, well, I've got $200 HOA. Well, your pre-approval just went from $500,000 to $470. So in general-ish, sometimes I say if any loan officer gives you a rule, it's right only 90% of the time. Like everything they say is right and wrong. Anyway, so you've just dropped your pre-approval amount because you have a $200 HOA by $30,000. So you're looking at $500, you buying with an HOA, you're down $470.
You're down, yeah. So be careful on what you see and think, because I've heard of people thinking, oh, I can qualify for $350, I can buy a condo anywhere.
Yeah.
And the answer is maybe not, because if you're qualified for $350 and you have a $200 or $300 HOA fee, then it just backfire out of you.
Right. And so this is also really interesting because it's easy to see that if you're buying a condo, there's going to be an HOA because you don't even own the walls of a condo. But townhomes can have them. It's very common for townhomes. It's uncommon for them not to have it. But you can also have single-family residences with yards, just like a normal part of the city.
There is a community in Pleasant Grove that I remember years ago selling a house there, and they have awesome homes. The front yard, it's all theirs, basically. The backyard, it's everybody's. And it was a hassle to sell it because not everybody wants the backyard to be everybody's. A lot of people want to have their own backyard and do whatever they want. Like, you know, if they want to go and grill some steak naked, they can do it. And, you know, people that don't want to see them don't have to, right? Because they are fenced and nothing happens. But if you are wearing clothes every time that you grill, then I don't think there's going to be a problem if you're having.
Depends on your neighbors, right?
Yes. Definitely on your neighbors.
Anyway, okay.
Okay, back to the HOA.
So here's the other thing. A lot of people don't want to have rental properties in HOAs, but it is one of the things that I absolutely love because I have some investment properties that I have a management company that does, and I have some that I manage. But if it's in an HOA, and especially if I've got nosy neighbors, I know if I've got problems because I get notified. Yeah. They're like, what's going on at your place? I have no idea what's going on at my place. I'm like, well, there's a $300 fine for your car that's been like, oh, perfect. And then I go to my tenants. I say, hey, bud.
Yeah.
Here's a $300 fine that's yours and you're evicted.
and goodbye.
Yeah.
So something important as well. Sometimes when you have a purchase on a community that has an HOA, you have to be really careful because some of the rules is like there's only a percentage of people that can rent. Not like you can rent, you cannot. It's more of like, okay, if we are 10% or 15% rented, then we need the rest of the percentage. I'm not good at math. He's the math guy. Then
on-site mailing address is actually what they track.
Yeah. So you have to figure out if you're buying in an HOA because you want to rent the property, you need to figure out if it's going to be easy to rent it or not. That's important. That's something important
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're buying as an investment property, make sure you check out that. If you're planning on living in it and then moving out, check on that.
Check that you can qualify. Give us a call so we can know what is best for you, and so
we can walk you through it.
We can let you know exactly what to do. What should we talk next?
Well, one other thing. If you buy a property in an HOA, I recommend getting involved.
Yes.
Because it's a homeowners association, and if you have input and concerns, bring it up because you can do a lot to make your neighborhood a better place.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Next time.
What should we talk about next time?
The importance of being earnest.
Oh, earnest money. Yes. What's earnest money? Check it out.